in that win column. It's the Dolphins going up against the Patriots. Set for the call of this Week 8 matchup. Let's bring in our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Today, we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Miami Dolphins and the New England Patriots. This one taken just inside the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The drive. Wide open, Gronkowski. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. And on this offense, a guy that kind of came in under the radar, Lewis.
Hard to believe that Dion Lewis was that far under the radar. There is something to precedent from schools. Played at Pitt, and they do know how to churn out running backs.
Second down following the run.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 4 down, 4 down. Check. Come on, let's go. Undercrush.
Back to throw here. Blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's a right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
Now back to throw. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And a great spot to start this drive from here. So the D-line's going to spread out.
Here we go now. Blue landing.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he cuts it out to the sideline. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins are going to take a first quarter lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Franks now on to kick it away after the touchdown. This one taken just inside the 10. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. So the Patriots coming out now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. They'll start things on first down with DooshLaLoosh. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
But when it comes to the running game, the New England Patriots, they're one of the few teams in the NFL that I don't think care much about balancing things out.
Last year, to your point, 5th in passing yardage, number 30 in the run game.
What they want to do each and every week is make a game plan based on their opponent, not so much their own personnel, and they try to attack that way.
To throw. And Gronkowski's got it, complete over the middle. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Come on, let's go! Let's round! Let's round!
He'll look to throw. Deep drop. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in. And got his man complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jarvis Landry, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins strike quickly here for 6 points.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
Oh, this is blocked. The defense picks it up, but he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
Well, there's a blocked extra point. I remember playing, and we had one of those go against us. I remember our kicker and our holder told the head coach, just relax, coach. Why are you yelling? Don't worry, it's just 1 point. Oh, my. Those coaches see a point is gold to them because you never know how it's going to turn out later.
Exactly. That's why I was just going to say first quarter. We'll see if this has any implications as the game goes on.
I still can't believe they told the head coach to relax.
Whoa, bad move. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Here we go. Tight right. Come on, let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. A good comeback there after the penalty, 9 yards, and it's 2nd and 6.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Second down to the offense in search of 6 yards.
They're not ready for this.
One receiver left, 3 to the right.
What? No!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Looking for strong, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That was another good run, and he's having an excellent day. And right now, I don't think his team could have any more confidence in handing him the football.
You got three down. All right, here we go. Check 43. You need to stop right here, defense. Back up. Let me hear that. Here we go. Detroit. Leopard.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. McCarron now to throw. It's caught by Carew. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. It's the Pro Bowler Jamie Collins that makes the stop. And on your screen, the offensive starters, Jarvis Landry, a guy that we profiled.
Love his game. Not only is he going to beat you with athleticism, he's going to outwork you as well. And look for him to hurt you also in the kick return game.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Watch 88. Here we go now. Over. Crunch. Gun.
And they'll go on the ground. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves them with a 3rd down and 8. A quick look here at the Patriot defense.
When I watch Brian Cushing play, sometimes I feel like he's playing in the wrong era. Brian Cushing wanted to be back there when the men were men and just mixing it up. This guy lives to find ball carriers.
Now here's McCarron on 3rd. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Now it's Andrew Franks on for Miami. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. Time running out here on the play clock. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Dolphins in possession of the football. And they've got a decision to make here on 4th down and 2. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And Frank's kick is good. And that will swell the lead to 16. So he splits the uprights there, and I would imagine it's nice as a kicker. Right when it leaves your foot, you know it's good.
Yeah, it's kind of like a golfer that picks up his tee after a nice drive without even watching it land.
Solid analogy. I like it. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you've got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
Strong left. Strong left. Strong left.
Incomplete. He was looking for Julian Edelman that time. And it's third down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Looking to throw. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. The Dolphins' offense now heads back on the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
So 2nd and 10 here.
3 down. Hurry up. Watch the twist.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. 2 Patriots there to bring him down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
Now let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Coach hinted to us that we may see some old power football here in this game. We got a taste of it on that first down run.
I love how he hinted it to us, and then when we were watching practice, we were watching what they call inside drill with the offensive and defensive line, and they kept putting more defenders on the other side and saying, block that. I don't care how many guys are in there. I want to run the football this week, and boy, it has paid off for them in this game.
Here we go now. Over.
On 1st and 10, here's A.J. McCarron. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
That play was well covered. Just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, we're not able to find any yardage on that one.
Hurry up. Here we go. Check
Now McCarron throwing on 2nd. And over the middle, this is Parker. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
1st and goal from the 8. And on the ground they go with the running back. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Tight. Watch left. Tight. Watch left. All right, here we go.
The slot man in motion right.
All right, now look at 56. Look at check. 53 flight. All right, now look at 26. Check 26.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He's trying to get his 2nd touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier. Was bidding for a 2nd.
Green 39. Green 39.
McCarron on 3rd and goal. This will be caught at about the 6. He lost 2, and it brings up 4. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
So the drive takes them inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Patriots.
One set, eyes up, one set.
Flex round! Flex round! Come on, let's go! What? 90! Flex round! Flex round!
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski. Complete. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target.
Hey, watch number 33.
Here we go!
They'll look to throw now on first down. And that's incomplete. So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag. And now we're circling here around the 2-minute warning.
This is a setup play, trying to get one last one in before the clock warning.
Let's go! What? 9!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning. One receiver left, 3 to the right. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. 1 minute, 53 ticks left to go in this first half. Back to Foxborough after this. And now a first down following that long gain.
Flex round! Flex round! Come on, let's go! Come on, let's go! Brand 38! Ohio! Ohio!
They'll look to throw again. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store.
Let's go, D! Let's go! Let's go! What? 90!
Back to throw again. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate.
Here we go! Brand 38! Brand 38! Ohio! Ohio! Come on!
And the D looking like they may blitz. They'll run it now out of the guns. And he'll get nothing out of that one. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play. And that's going to lead them to 4th down. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Gostkowski now for the Pats field goal try. And Gostkowski's kick is good. But there is a penalty marker down. They might be forced to try this one again. So they were able to move the ball into the red zone, but they'll wind up coming away with just 3.
Yeah, 32-yarder. That's equal to an extra point nowadays, and those are no problem for an NFL kicker.
Well, they've been practicing goal line offense all week. Let's see if they're able to capitalize here.
Let's go! What? Flex round! Flex round!
First and goal. Defense with their backs against the wall. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Come on, let's go! Flex round! Flex round! Bang, bang!
This is Lewis. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. And they're going to speed things up here.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and that'll get the deficit back to 16. So a field goal here, they're still down, but they put a dent into that lead before the break.
And that's got to feel good because now they've seen that they can put some more points on the board, and that gives them a whole second half to get back to where they want to be, and that's in the lead.
Gostkowski now converted for 3. Now he'll kick this one away. Here comes Grant on the return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And the Dolphins getting set to go here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
All right, here we go. Green!
They'll run it now out of the gun. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Now let's go.
54, right there, 54, Mike.
On second down, here's McCarron. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
Now let's go. 3-19.
McCarron, a final shot before the half. Now they go screen. It's complete. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando where we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Larry. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll roll them out right. Pass incomplete. His tight end Jordan Cameron the intended target. And it's second down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone!
Back to the air on second down. It's McCarron. And he'll be hit as he releases it And that'll fall incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
The Patriots going with a dime package here. 2 extra defensive backs on third.
Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Play clock winding down. Now here's McCarron on third. And he comes back with one complete. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. So he makes the grab and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line giving them time to complete that first down pass.
And the slot man goes in motion left.
All right, now, look at 56.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
To throw, it's McCarron. Caru's got it, complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
And on 3rd and 3, they decided to go with a dime package. 6 DBs.
Yeah, you're right. They've got 6 out there. McCarron going to try and throw on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. Devontae Parker, the intended receiver, and it's 4th and 3.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they run successful.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Let's go.
They'll set up to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Their dangerous wide receiver, 77 yards. And the Patriots get a score closer. Good pass, clean catch, and a house call there on the fly route.
And not that much room to operate. So that tells you about his acceleration. We always talk about being able to go from 0 to 60 real fast. It took him less time than that to get to top speed and complete that play.
And the lead cut down to 9. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. Here comes Grant on the return. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And the Dolphins offense now ready to go back out on the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
And ready now for 2nd and 9.
14 movement. 14 movement.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
Now McCarron throwing on 2nd. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. A very solid gain of 27.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you?
Set. Green 39. Philly, here we go.
Check.
Slot man moves right. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
Let's go. Over.
McCarron to throw on 2nd down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, give up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. The offense lining up 1st and 10.
Tight left. Tight ends left. Hey, guys.
Here we go.
They run. This is Lewis. Shreds the tackle. And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
To throw. Wide open, Gronkowski. And they do get him down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line.
That's a good push to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
And here we go on 1st and goal. Now they'll run with Lewis. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. They come up in an offset eye. Now back to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And out come the Dolphins now. In tough starting field position here. The wide receiver moving to a new spot.
No.
After the INT, it's McCarron. And over the middle, this is Parker. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Tight end left.
They come out here in the eye. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he's finally taken down, but not before he reaches the 14. Back now in Foxborough. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. And he'll give it here to his running back. And a loose football. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover for his squad.
A near turnover, but the offense recovers it. Now they'll try to regroup on 2nd.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Back 99, Philly. Here we go.
On 2nd down, here's McCarron. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
So 3rd and 2, and I count 6 defensive backs out there.
Watch it now, Barney. Set, green, 19.
And they'll run it here. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
3rd and 2, and they ran the ball for only 1 yard, and everybody's going to scream at the offense. Let's give a lot of credit to the defense on that play. Defensive front out leveraged the offensive line. They got more people to the football. Yeah, they won that battle in a big way, and they're forcing a big decision now by the guys on offense.
He only needed a few inches. He didn't even get that. And the Patriots take over. They're going to have terrific field position. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. Elvis Dumerville there on the tackle.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
That was a terrific catch. I mean, to go up there and get it one-handed like that, But I almost want to go into that riff about back in my day, the gloves weren't quite like this.
When did gloves really become prevalent, just in general?
I think in the 80s. I think as we started to move through the 80s, especially as we got towards the latter part of that. But a lot of those were really like baseball batting gloves to begin with not much of a tacky area on the glove. In fact, there was none. I actually remember in cold weather games wearing the old scuba gloves that you'd wear in the diving, but they would split too easily in the course of the game. Then the glove manufacturers got smart and started adding to it, and here we are today.
And now they're in the hurry-up.
Ohio! Check. Come on, let's go!
They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Second down, sacked by the defense. What type of pressure will they bring here on third? We'll see.
Let's go! What? 90! What? 90!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Jalen Strong, the intended receiver. And that brings up fourth down. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. He dropped an 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
All right, so you needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal then maybe not exactly what they wanted, but it's a necessary first step.
Still plenty of time remaining, but you could really use a stop defensively after the kickoff, preferably in 3 and out.
So now here come the Dolphins. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They come out here in the eye. And they give this time to the tailback. Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And the play clock's running down.
Green 39!
Now McCarron throwing on second. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front, completed the pass beautifully. So now you get all that open space with big guys leading the way.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. 8 yards to go here on second down.
Hey! All right, here we go. Green 39! Green 39! Banjo! All right, now, Lucky 56! Lucky 56!
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Oh, no, he lost the football. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Here we go!
They'll start off with a give to Lewis. They find some open field here. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
So much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
Flex round! Flex round! Let's go! What?
Back to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
2nd and just 1.
Watch right, we got right. It's our time. Here we go! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round! 38!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down here to the 43. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. And quickly, they get to the line.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Any caused incompletion is good for a defense. But when you add to it, you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the 4th quarter. Got to feel pretty good as a defense.
1 receiver left, 3 to the right.
Come on, let's go! Brad 38! Brad 38! You're not ready! Flex round! Flex round!
He's back to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and just like that, it's 3rd down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down.
Ohio! Let's go! Brad 38! Flex round!
He'll look to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 and a Dolphins touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, and he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it. So a sack on the 2-point try. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one taken just inside the 10. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence.
Tight right, tight right.
ground with Lewis. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is, because, let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with one in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
So for the Dolphins, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they'll have another road date next week with the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for New England, things are kind of getting ugly as they drop to 1-7 now on the year. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. And with that, we say so long from Foxborough.
Wow.